Hello, today's video is going to be about parallel lines cut by a transversal. Keep in mind, this is only for parallel lines, okay? So for parallel lines, corresponding angles when they're cut by a transversal are going to be congruent. Alternate interior angles will also be congruent. Alternate exterior angles will be congruent. Same side angles, same side interior or consecutive interior angles will be supplementary. This means that they will add to 180 degrees. Also, consecutive exterior angles will be supplementary. Now, we want to recall from Unit 1 that vertical angles are always congruent. So over here, I want you to draw a picture. These are vertical angles. And then angles that form a linear pair are supplementary. So these are a linear pair. So this tells us to identify the angle pairs congruent or supplementary and give reasons. So those reasons are just going to be the angle pairs, the type of angle pair that they are from the section above. So angle 3 and angle 5, these are going to be congruent. So you can just put congruent like that. You can abbreviate. And the reason they are congruent is because they are alternate interior angles. Angle 1 and angle 8. These are going to be supplementary. And the reason they're supplementary is because they are consecutive exterior angles. Angle 2 and angle 6 are going to be congruent. The reason they are congruent is because they are corresponding angles. Angle 1 and angle 7 are going to be congruent. The reason they are congruent is that they are alternate exterior angles. Angle 4 and angle 5. These will be supplementary. The reason they are supplementary is that they are consecutive interior angles. Angle 3 and angle 7 are going to be congruent. The reason being they are corresponding angles. Angle 5 and angle 6 are supplementary because they are a linear pair, meaning that they form a line. Angle 2 and angle 4 will be congruent because they are vertical angles. They are across from each other. Now, in this picture, it tells us angle 1 is 65 degrees. And it wants to know the measure of angle 2. So when we look at angle 1 and angle 2, these two angles are going to be supplementary because they are a linear pair. So we can find angle 2 by doing 180 minus 65. That's going to give us 115 degrees. But we have to give a reason. The reason is going to be that angle 2 is a linear pair to angle 1. Okay? So let's erase that, but let's write in 115 degrees. Now, angle 3 is going to be 65 degrees. Reason being, it is a vertical angle to angle 1. Or you could have said it is a linear pair to angle 2. All right, angle 4 is going to be 115 degrees. Oops, forgot to write angle 3 in here. And you could have multiple reasons. It could be supplementary to angle 1. Well, I mean a linear pair to angle 1. or it could be a linear pair to angle 3, or a vertical angle to angle 2. All of these would be correct answers. Let's go with linear pair to angle 3. Angle 5 is going to be 65 degrees. And the reason for this is that it is a corresponding angle to angle 1. Or you also could have said it's an alternate interior angle to angle 3, or it's a consecutive interior angle to angle 4. All of those would be correct answers. Angle 6 is going to measure 115 degrees. There are multiple reasons, but let's say it's because it's a consecutive interior angle to angle 3. Angle 7 is going to be 65 degrees. Let's say that it's because it's a vertical angle to angle 5. It could have also been a linear pair with 6, or it could be corresponding to 3, consecutive exterior to 2, alternate exterior to 1. All of these are valid reasons that measure of angle 7 would be 65 degrees. Finally, angle 8 is going to be 115 degrees, and let's say it's because it's a vertical angle to angle 6. Once again, that is one of many correct answers. For example number 5, this is the only other example I'm going to do with you from this worksheet. I think it is easiest to label the picture and kind of put it together like a puzzle, and then go back and fill in the numbers in the proper answer, in the proper spots for those answers. If we do it this way, we can see everything in one place and kind of just put the puzzle together with what we know. So we know that angle 12 is 121 degrees. This is what we're given. And we're given that angle 6 is 75 degrees. And we want to see what else we know. Remember that this problem does not ask for reasons, it only asks for measurements. So that does make our life a little bit easier. So I want to start with angle 12. If we could cover up this other line, we'll just pretend it's not there for a minute. What could we know about all these other angles? Well, we can't know anything about these, but we can see relationships here. So angle 121, or angle 12 is 121. That means angle 7 will also be 121 degrees because they're vertical angles. That means that these would add up to 121. So since we know 75 degrees is angle 6, we can say 121 minus 75 gives us 46. So angle 5 is going to be 46 degrees. Then we can look at angles 1 and 2. We know they'll add up to 121, but we aren't sure what those angles are. Just kidding. Angle 5 and angle 6 are vertical angles. So I said angle 5 and 6. Angle 5 and 2 are vertical angles. So 2 also has to be 46 degrees, which means, well, actually 1 and 6 are vertical angles. So we don't even have to do the subtraction again. We know that angle 1 is 75 degrees. Now, let's look at angle 11. Angle 11 and 12 are a linear pair. So if we do 180 minus 121, we're going to get 59 degrees for angle 11. Angle 8 also has to be 59 degrees because they are vertical angles. Angle 4 will be 59 degrees because these two are alternate interior angles. Angle 3 will be 59 degrees because these two are vertical angles. So we have just figured out all of these angles. So now let's take a look at the ones that are left. We still need to find angles 9, 10, 13, and 14. All the other ones are accounted for. So if we look at these relationships, again, I think it's easiest to pretend the other line isn't there. You'll see that angle 9 and angle 1 are corresponding angles. That means angle 9 has to be 75 degrees. If angle 9 is 75 degrees, angle 14 is also 75 degrees. That means that angles 10 and 9 are a linear pair. So 180 minus 75 gives us 105 degrees. And then angle 13 is a vertical angle from that, so it's also 105 degrees. So now you know all 12 angles, and you can just fill them in their proper spots on your worksheet. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you have a great day.